On the first day of Christmas, we're not going to give you a partridge in a pear tree, but we are going to talk about pythons climbing trees. It's time to bust some myths, lads, and this is a good one to get going with. First of all, we're going to give you some context and definitions. If an animal is arboreal, it means they predominantly spend their life up in the trees. If an animal is terrestrial, it means they spend their life on the ground. If an animal is semi-arboreal, it means they spend some of their life up in the trees, but not all of it. So what has this got to do with snakes, and what has it got to do with Scooby in particular? There's a common misconception that royal pythons, like Scooby, are terrestrial. A lot of keepers use this as an excuse to keep them in very small enclosures without climbing opportunities, and sometimes even in plastic drawer rack systems, because they don't need to climb, so what's the point?
Well, here's the point, buddy. Countless anecdotal evidence shows that royal pythons, both male and female, do climb when given the opportunity. Scooby, for example, has a large enclosure with loads of climbing opportunities, and I see him out climbing every single day, pretty much without fail. But it's not just anecdotal studies. There's peer-reviewed scientific research proving that royal pythons are semi-arboreal. When studied in the wild, royal pythons were regularly found in trees. Not only that, but 70% of a male royal python's diet is made up of chicks and even some bats. Now, the birds that they eat were not all ground nesting species. In fact, the majority nested in trees. So where are they finding this prey? In nests, in the trees, off the ground.
Oh my.
Which means that the royal pythons would have to have been climbing regularly in order to find this prey. Ergo, they're not fully terrestrial, they are semi-arboreal. It's also pretty obvious when you hold them that they're semi-arboreal. When you hold a fossorial or terrestrial species, they're not that great at holding on to you. You have to give them a lot of help, and they are prone to falling off sometimes if you're not ready to catch them. Whereas arboreal and semi-arboreal snakes, and this includes royal pythons as we've just learned, will hold on to you like you're some kind of climbing frame. They will use you as a tree. We believe that ethological studies, that is, studies looking into animal behaviour, should be what informs our keeping. Not, oh, but this is the way it's always been done, or this is the cheaper way. Now that science has proven that royal pythons are semi-arboreal, they should have the opportunity to be provided with the correct environment in captivity.
Are there any other myths that you would like to see busted?
We're done.